A cataclysmic event separated the Earth into two pieces. A small part was a refuge for humans. The other more than half was called the Hot Zone, which was occupied by monsters. Years later, humans stepped into the Hot Zone, and they led to horrific consequences. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Night. I am Ben, a movie narrator who focuses on recapping thriller movies. The film opens with a man tied to a chair, desperately trying to escape from bondage, but it didn't work at all. At first, I thought it was for interrogating him, but a woman appeared and showed him a photo. Then she nodded immediately to signal the person behind him to continue. After that, black fluid was injected into the man's body. As the scene flickers constantly, something must have happened. The scene suddenly shifted. The Earth has changed dramatically over the years. The man-made disaster split the Earth in half. In front of this uninhabited place was a gathering place for monsters, also known as the Hot Zone. At this time, human beings had already established shelters and hid. What's more, they dare not approach the location of the monsters incautiously. But there are always exceptions. To ensure the safety of the shelter, they built all kinds of signal towers around it. They used this to scan for nearby monsters. Today, 4 soldiers were ordered to go to Zone 3 to check a cell tower that unexpectedly went offline, and the African guy on the aircraft apparently was on his first mission. The other soldiers with him were still there to frighten him. It made the African guy's face look not well. The aircraft circled around the 59 signal tower. The pilot found that the perimeter was not damaged. Was there a problem with the internal wiring? If so, they had to send someone into the Hot Zone to check. First, they fired smoke bombs. Then 4 soldiers in masks injected themselves with some drugs and finally took off. They immediately entered the interior of the cell tower. After confirming that there was nothing abnormal around, one of the soldiers began to check and repair the tower. Of course, they also took a special device and put it on the wall. This device could detect all living things in this building and the floors they were on. 4 dots of light represent 4 of them, but this time it didn't seem so lucky. It wasn't some kind of fuse that blew. It was estimated that the repair would take a while, so the captain led another soldier to check the inside of the building. After all, the signal tower could not be damaged under normal circumstances. To be honest, if it were me, I would definitely not go in, because no one knows what's in there. There were many weapons inside the building. They were most likely left over from the past. Just as the 2 continued to search, the African guy found something wrong, because they saw a spot of light on the second basement on the instrument. What was going on? So the African guy hurriedly contacted the captain and talked to him about the situation. But the captain didn't seem to want to go down. After all, not everyone's luck is that great. In case there were monsters down there, it was no joke. It was okay that they just searched on this floor, but as they went deeper, they found a strange pattern on the wall. The captain said someone in the headquarters might like it, so they were about to mark it. Of course, the 2 were not aware that the danger was approaching them step by step. At this time, the soldier repairing the signal tower on the first floor found that the cable was broken, which made no sense at all. The previous monsters did not get close to the cable. Not only did they not finish here, but worse things happened. The aircraft in the sky found countless heat sources around them. Getting closer and closer, they must evacuate now. The 2 wanted to call the captain in the basement, but they didn't know whether it was signal interference or something. There was no response. In desperation, the soldier could only go down to find them and ask the African man to wait here until they came back. Not long after the soldier went downstairs, his scream spread throughout the building. The captain and another soldier hurried over, but they found that the soldier was actually at the entrance of the escalator on the second basement floor. No matter how they called his name, he had no response. What's worse, the African man on the first floor was also attacked. The crew on the aircraft couldn't get in touch with him, so they let the captain and the other soldier who are still alive quickly find another way out, because now there were a bunch of monsters rushing towards them. Unfortunately, monsters were already throughout the building. The soldier was still 1 step behind and was attacked. He pulled off the grenade and told the captain to leave quickly. Just as the captain was about to exit, the monsters appeared before and after him. Obviously, he knew he probably wouldn't be saved. The aircraft was supposed to be ready for rescue, but the captain said, "Wait a minute." He closed his eyes and dared not move. Then the monster in front of him came over. I noticed the bracelet on his hand. He seemed to be the person who was tested in the beginning. The monster didn't kill the captain, but let him go. When the captain returned to the base with the bracelet, I felt it seemed like a big problem. Was there a positioning device inside this bracelet? If monsters were intelligent enough to use this device to locate their base, that would be a serious problem. Wouldn't it? Of course, there is a cliffhanger at the end of the story. In the beginning, the photo of the man and woman was for threatening the man with the experiment. And also, was it a hint that the other party would leave descendants, and the offspring was this captain? Or are they two long-lost brothers? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense at all. Of course, this is just my guess. It can't be true. If we want to know the truth, we can only wait for the next State 1, State 2. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.